Good evening. Hi, Candy. Good evening, Brutus Monroe friends. Good evening. Hello, hello. How's it going, Candy? Candy, you made me nervous today. When I saw your post, I thought I messed my days up. So I went back to base camp and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I mess it up? How we doing tonight? Hope everybody's having a fabulous week so far. I know we're just getting started, just getting into it on a lovely Tuesday. Hot, says Candy. Hot by you? We are having like just amazingly beautiful, gorgeous weather. Hi, Michelle. It's so good to see you. Bring my light over so we can see better. Oh, Shannon, I hope that you're okay. I mean, I'm thrilled that you're here, but I hope you're okay. 91, Candy. Wow. That is hot. Hey, Darren. I got some fun stuff planned for tonight. 8:03, I'm going to wait like 2 more minutes. I planned this one ahead, so I just want to make sure I don't spoil anything. I'm going to start getting set up. I'm going to grab my stick and do everything mat, because, you know, if anybody was with me last week, you guys know I officially renamed it. Or unofficially renamed it, I guess. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. I'm excited and happy because we're having the weather where we can eat outside, and I love eating outside. We didn't get to do it tonight because my tables and chairs are not out on the deck yet, but this is the weather. I got that spring fever. I'm anxious to get outside. So, you know what, guys? I'm just going to roll right into what we're doing tonight. Oh, good, Shannon. I am glad to hear that. But I am very happy to have you here. I love that. So, tonight, I'm going to use this Heatwave Stencil. I think, I'm trying to find something good to put it on so you guys can see it better. Here we go. I'll just grab my stamp platform. I think this has become my most used stencil. This is May's stencil of the month. It's called Heatwave. You can purchase this. And I'm obsessed with it. I've used it for so many different things so far. And, thanks, Shannon. So, Shannon knows because she's seen some of the upcoming projects. And the live last week, I did a lot of like bright, bold stuff with this stencil. Rainbow background. Last week, it was like pinks, purples, blues. Hi, Penny. And then I stenciled in black. But tonight, I'm finally going to use the stencil. I don't want to say more appropriately, because there's no appropriate way to use a stencil. You should use a stencil however you want. But since it's a sun, tonight I'm going to actually use it for like more more sun colors. So you'll see I've got orange and yellow Chroma Glaze, which if you guys haven't checked out the new colors of Chroma Glaze, you're going to want to do that because they're awesome. So tonight I'm going to use a technique with this that I actually learned from my friend Tisa. I saw her do this process on a live. She's a big mixed media person, and I'm going to imitate her process, you know, using some different supplies, different colors, that sort of thing, but following along her mixed media process that she used. So I'm going to go ahead and dive in because I can't wait. I'm excited. So I'm going to start with my Heatwave Stencil. I've got my stick and stamp mat, and I'm putting this a little bit off to the side because I want it to look like that sun is kind of like shining in from the right side, if you catch what I mean. And I'm just trying to center it from top to bottom as best as I can. That's looking good so far. So guys, most of you know some of the issues I've had with lives, right? And weather. Hi, Donna. Well, today at around 11:30, 12 o'clock, the power went out. The power went out. At first, I thought that I tripped a breaker. So I went upstairs. My office/craft room is in the basement. I went upstairs and I looked outside and I see the neighbor outside holding her phone in the air trying to get some bars. And I said, "Is your power out?" She said, "Yeah, the power's out." So then I was a little relieved because I realized that it was my block. Later, come to find out, it's the whole neighborhood. And the power's not going to be on until late in the afternoon. And all I'm thinking is, oh Lord, here we go. What's going to happen tonight? But luckily, by about 2 o'clock, the power came back on, and it actually worked out to be nice because I got to sneak out for lunch with a friend since I couldn't do any work. I said, well, I might as well go have some lunch. Oh, you know what? Excuse me 1 second. I just realized I got the wrong blending brushes here. And you know who has my blending brushes for the oxide. So give me a second while I find those. Lily and I went to a crop this weekend, and she borrowed the brushes for the oxides. I keep them separately from the ones with the dye inks. And just so you guys know that I don't just rat her out, okay? You see what that says, right? And look what's in there. She really does take my stuff. That's not just me trying to be funny. Okay, I got my brushes. We're good. Donna, I told you, you saw the proof. Alrighty, so I'm going to start blending my sun. I'm on a piece of Perfect Blend paper. I'm using oxides, carved pumpkin, mustard seed, and tumbled glass. This is a combination I saw online and I loved. So we're going to start with that. So I don't know if you guys saw the new blending tool for the mat. I have not grabbed myself one of those yet. But until I do, I'm okay getting the ink on my stick and stamp mat. I've got the mat cleaner and it comes off just fine with that. But if you guys haven't seen the new blending tool that works with the mat, it's pretty cool. It fits over so that you don't have to worry about getting ink on your stick and stamp mat, and it will definitely add some life years, months, whatever, to your stick and stamp mat, which is cool. Okay, so, and I'm using oxides. That's carved pumpkin. We're a little low on oxide brushes. We have brushes for every colored dye ink, but we need a couple more for the oxides. But I can still use this one for yellow and orange. Okay, so now I'm really starting to get those sunshine colors. Stick and everything, Matt. That's right, Donna. Stick and do everything, Matt. Just got the blending tool, Candy. I gotta place an order. You know what the problem is? I go on to place an order, And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to grab one or two things. And then you know what happens. You're like looking at the total and you're like, well, I'm only a few dollars away from free shipping. I might as well order some more stuff. And then you find some more stuff, which leads you to find even more stuff. You guys know how it goes. And then, I don't know about you guys, but I cannot place an order without checking the sale category. I can't. I have to. Okay, so lastly, I'm using tumbled glass. Now this is going to be a real kind of squishy, mixed media, mushy sort of background. So I'm just going to do a lot of blending and water, and then we're going to work with these delicious Chroma Glazes because they're beautiful. Okay. I love this color combo so much. Okay. So everything is covered and blended with my oxides. Penny says I have a satellite. Oh wait, hold on. My messages keep moving. And I just lost your message, Penny. That was weird. Have to get it. Have to get it. Okay. So I am looking for a water pen. Okay, so I'm going to peel this off. And I'm going to clean this because we're going to use this again later. I hear footsteps. Guess who's here?
Hey!
Penny says I have a satellite Brutus Monroe store in my craft room here in Missouri. That's hysterical. Yeah. Hey, Lil.
Hey?
I forgot that you had my brushes for the oxides.
Oh, yeah.
And I showed everybody, I said, see, guys, I always joke that Lily steals my stuff, but I showed them the pouch that the brush were in, and guess what it said?
What?
Lillian. I said, see, she really does take my stuff. All right, so.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all gravy, baby. I got it. Clean my. Now, with this, again, I want to make a real, like, smushy, warm, glowy kind of background. So I'm taking a water pen. Just trying to get some water down.
You want to test it on my hand?
Sure, I'll test it on your hand. It's dry, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let me try squeezing it. Get
Here.
the water flowing.
Squeeze it on my hand so that you don't get anything.
No, it's not. Can you scooch over? I'm going to grab another one. I have the worst luck with water brushes. Either they don't work at all, or they work way too much where it's like everywhere. All right, let's try
Test
this
it.
one.
On my hand. I like it on my hand.
No, this did that work?
Yeah, look. See?
Because this is a small one and I really wanted a big brush. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find a bigger one. You can read messages. There's some people saying hi. These are all empty. All my water brushes are empty. That's not very good planning on my part.
Can
All
you
right,
use
so,
the small
wait a
one?
second. Here we go. Let's try this one.
Test it on my hand.
Give me your hand. Put your hand out. Is that wet?
Yeah.
All right, we got one. All right, so I wanted a big one because now I'm going to just kind of dab in because I want to blur out these edges. Okay, so all I'm doing, I mean, you could even just take a paintbrush, read your messages,
Oh.
and dip it in water. I just don't want that stark white.
Oh, hi, Shannon.
I just
Hi,
want to
Mary.
get this kind of
Hi, Donna. Hi,
glowy.
Shannon.
I want my colors to blend out. So as you can see, I'm just going quick and I'm just dabbing. I'm not, you know, not worried about it looking perfect. I just want to blend out those colors. And I'm going around, I'm kind of following the way the colors are layered. Because once I get to the outer edges, I'm going to start picking up the blue and the green, and I don't want to get it over here. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth so that those colors kind of blend appropriately.
And it actually kind of brings out the color in them because it stretches out the color a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Blends it out.
Yeah, so that in your background you don't just have don't just have the stencil and then just a white background. The colors kind of spread it out.
Yeah, and I wanted it to be kind of just glowy and lots of color flowing around. So what I'm doing now is I'm basically setting the table for my Chroma Glazes. So I'm going to use the Chroma Glaze. Now, normally people will just put them through a stencil and wipe them across the whole thing. But I'm going to use my Chroma Glazes as accents. So I'll show you what I mean. I want to take this off and dry it.
As I like to call that, spreading the word.
Spreading the word?
Your water brush spreaded the word because it spreaded out the colors.
So it spread the color.
Yeah, it spreaded the color instead of the word.
Oh, okay. I wish that you guys could see Lily right now. She has gigantic lemon earrings on. They're huge.
I can shove my face
They're
under
like,
the camera.
let's see, let me see this. Yeah, they are actually the size of the Chroma Glaze. Can you take one off so that we can show our friends?
Yeah.
They're huge, and they look so stinking cute on her. I'll have to post a picture on Facebook. Look at this. It's like the size of Chroma Glaze. That's Lily's lemon earring. Aren't those the cutest?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure this is dry because I'm going to put it back on my mat, and then we're going to play with some Chroma Glaze.
Sorry, I didn't know that was opened.
That's okay. All right. I'm going to switch to this because I've been keeping...
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Donna. I didn't see you sneak in, Donna C. Donna Rasmussen, she is a fashionista. She's way more fashionable than I am.
I'm making silly noises.
Okay, so now, this is a little warped because I heated it with my heat gun, but that's okay. I'm going to put that down. And now I'm going to try and match my stencil back up there. You know, it might not get exactly on there, but that's okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Michelle. She said that her sister went on a lemon tour today in Italy.
And I bet those are some good lemons, too.
What's a lemon tour?
Probably to, like, where they grow the lemons. Excuse me.
Lemon
Can you
tour.
get me paper towels, please? And can you also run into the washroom and get me a palette knife because they're all in there because I cleaned them. All right, Lily's, yeah, quickly if you don't mind.
Okay.
Lily is running to get my palette knife, and I think I'm gonna tape this down. My mat is still got stick, but my paper is so warped that it's buckling and moving. What are the there's a name for like the Italian lemons, isn't there? And I can't think of, it's not Meyer. I can't think of what it is. Grab the paper towels for me, please.
Okay. Where are they?
I love lemons and lemon stuff. I just had a grilled chicken salad with lemon poppy dressing. It was so good. Right? Wasn't that dinner so good?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So now I'm going to take my Chroma Glazes. I have yellow and I have orange. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use them around the edges, kind of like an accent. I'm not going to fill in the whole spot. I just wanted to sort of like highlight some of the rays. You know what? Let's start with orange.
Mom, is that yellow new?
No, I've used it already. I used it on my sample over there.
Oh.
This is orange. These are new, like they came out recently. The new Chroma Glaze colors. Donna Rasmussen says her swimsuit has huge lemons on it. I love that. Well, the limoncello, maybe that's what I was thinking of, Candy. Maybe I was thinking of limoncello.
What's limoncello?
I guess it's considered a liqueur, right? Is that right, friends? Like, they're like for drinking, usually for like mixed drinks. Limon di massa. Okay, so now I'm going to start here, and all I'm doing, I'm just going to kind of squish this in.
Alrighty.
From the edges.
I'm going to go take my shower.
All right, Lilybug.
Gotta get
Were you
clean.
up first before Lucas?
Nope.
So he did his already?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Ha Candy. She says it's something you can't have yet, Lily.
What?
It's a strong drink.
What?
Limoncello.
Oh, limoncello.
So I'm just kind of dabbing in my edges because I just want to get like a glowy-ish kind of sun.
I think that looks
And then I'm going to go in with the yellow too. So I'm just kind of doing little bits. My stencil, my page is warped, but it's okay because again, I'm really just using this to get some highlights. I don't want like a perfect
whole thing
stenciled image of this. And now I'm just going to kind of sort of fade that out and then come in with the yellow.
Alrighty, I'm going to go take my shower. Good luck.
Alrighty, baby. I'll see you later.
Alrighty, I'll see you later. Love you.
Love you too. Okay, I'm going to switch to my yellow. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in with some... Ugh, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Speaking of lemons, I love how creamy this stuff is. Steep the lemon peels in the vodka. Oh. Thank you, Shannon. Whoop. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to turn my Alexa off. And that's how we communicate in this house. We send notifications over the Alexa. So I'm on a constant mission to reduce anxiety in the house, with my family, any way possible. So I kind of am always telling everybody we need to cut down the yelling, right? And I don't mean yelling at each other like, I just mean yelling. Yelling for dinner, yelling when we need something. So Alexa's come in really handy for that. I'm just being careful not to contaminate my colors. So I'm going to just wipe off before I go back in and grab a little bit more. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? I love this stuff. I love playing with this stuff. I love the colors. Okay. Go and again, this is like just being fun and messy. I'm just trying to highlight some edges. Darren. Well, Darren, let me tell you something. I'm Italian, specifically Sicilian, and we're kind of known for tempers and yelling. And I don't know, the older I get, the more I'm trying to work on that because you know where I yell? I save it for the baseball fields. That's where I yell. That's where I can let it out. When I'm watching Lucas, my son, play baseball. And in fact, yesterday, one of his friends hit a home run. And I got so excited, I was screaming like a lunatic. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that's not even my kid. But that's okay. Okay. So smoothing in some yellow to get this blending. I love this stencil so much. I'm going to blend in some this orange. I just think this is going to give it a little texture. And I keep wiping off on here just to make sure that I don't get any orange in my yellow. Okay. All right, let me close this up. I'm going to peel this off first. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just gave it some texture. Some texture and some highlights. I'm just going to clean this off real quick. Usually I like to keep a like a basin of water next to me, and I just throw it in there, but I forgot. I like cheerleader in high school. Maybe Darren should trace his roots. Maybe some hidden Italian. Maybe, Shannon. You know, it's so funny. We're big hockey fans in my house, and we're Ranger fans, even though my husband's from Philly. I'm from Long Island, but we're diehard Ranger fans. And years ago, the Rangers had a coach named John Tortorella. And I would watch the game, and I would see this guy getting so aggravated and, like, yelling. And I would look at my husband and go, I bet you he's Sicilian. I just bet you he's Sicilian. I'm like, look at how red his face is getting. And he was always yelling and screaming during the game. Okay, so this is going to be our background. And what I'm going to do is we're going to use this cute little guy, Mr. Giraffe, from the Beach Bum stamp set. So I'm going to set this aside and let it dry, and we're going to do a little coloring. So I'm going to find a good spot for this where I won't accidentally nudge it. Now, let me just make sure my hands are clean. I'm going to do that by wiping them on my pants. So I already stamped him out on some perfect blend paper. Oh, my desk is still a little bit damp. Just kidding. And I'm going to do some Copic Coloring. I've already got my my colors picked out. So let me just grab this. So anybody that doesn't know, this is the Beach Bum stamp set. This is from May's Inspiration Box. And this is another thing. Again, like this, I don't know, all of this May stuff, I have been using it so much. Ever been to Carmelo's Pizzeria on Long Island? Do you know where on Long Island? If Shannon's yelling, you know you're in trouble. You know what? It's so funny because with me and my kids, it's the exact opposite, right? So like they're so used to me yelling that if they hear me do like a get in here right now, then it's like, uh-oh, oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to start with the spots. I'm using E39 and E99. Shannon, I can't, this giraffe. Okay, wait, look. I've told you guys before on a live that I love giraffes. I'm not joking. This is my giraffe that sits on my windowsill. And then this is my other giraffe that got me for Valentine's Day one year, and he sits on my shelf. I mean it. I love giraffes. So I can't get enough of this guy. I was right from the start. I fell in love with the bear, all because of his belly. I loved his big belly, and the expression on his face was just so sweet. But I'm pretty kooky over the giraffe too. Okay, so this is E39. I'm gonna just put in on the spots, dark in there. Now, this giraffe, normally I usually do like three colors, but for a lot of this, because the spots, the areas that I was coloring were so small, a lot of the areas I only did 2 colors. And I'm going to do his, I do have a cheat sheet because I did this whole card already, so I am cheating. I wrote out all my colors because I knew coloring takes some time, and I thought maybe it would just make it go a little bit quicker. So this is E99, and I'm just going to go blend all those darks out. Yeah, so back to yelling. If Shannon's yelling, I can't picture Shannon yelling. I definitely can't. So I definitely get a little crazy at the sporting events. There's no doubt about that. So my nephew was watching Cobra Kai with my brother. I've not seen this yet. And apparently there was some scene where they were at a sports, like I guess it was a kids sports game or something, and the mom was like screaming and yelling at the coaches or something. And my nephew says to my brother, "Oh, look, that's that's Auntie G." So my brother took a screen cap and sent it to me, and he's like, "Joe thinks this is how you are at games." And I was like, "Well, he's not wrong." And I'm really excited because aside from it being baseball season, if I'm quiet, it's bad, right? Donna, that's it now. Like when I get real quiet, then you know, like, uh-oh, because I'm just, I guess they're so used to my yelling that they've like become immune to it. So then when it's like I'm speaking softly, uh-oh. So we have a local baseball team um, nearby called the Sussex Miners, and my son, my son is a bat boy for them. So last summer, some of the night games and stuff, he would bat boy, and it's great. It's like tickets are like, I don't know, maybe like $15. They're inexpensive and food is inexpensive. So it's just fun. They always have fun things going on with the family. So whenever my son was going to be bat boy, of course, you know, we'd all go. I'd get some friends together, my parents, and I just need to check this because I was worried I backwards. Nope, that's good. Well, I would make funny signs like "Pick it up, Lucas," and "My heart belongs to the Bat Boy." And while everybody else was cheering for the players, I was cheering for the Bat Boy. Penny says, "I lived in Kings Park in the mid-'70s, but I don't remember exactly where it was. It was a little hole-in-the-wall pizza place, but you could only eat one slice." Oh, I miss the New York pizza. Pizza and bagels. Although Donna C., I know she was on before, um, she lives in New York, but it's right over the border. She's close to me. She brings some good bagels from her town. Okay, so this is E33. And I'm just going in, throwing down some color, and I'm going to blend it out with 31. Because I love this giraffe. I think we need to name these guys, right? I don't want to call him Free because that's too obvious. I feel like he should have a surfer dude name like Cody. Love the potato knishes on Staten Ferry. I don't think I've ever sat now on Ferry. I was thinking about taking Lily. I want to take Lily to see Wicked, and her birthday is in October, so I'm thinking about maybe doing that for her birthday because she's never been to a Broadway show. Lucas has, but Lily hasn't. So I'm thinking about maybe in October taking her to a show because I think she'd really like that. I like to do birthday adventures. And I always give the kids choice. Like I gave Lily a choice this year if what she wanted to do, if she wanted to have a kids party, but she had really wanted to go horseback riding. So my husband took her horseback riding. I was like, I'm not getting on a horse, no way. And of course she loved it. I know I've seen Wicked twice, and I think that she would be like, well, I mean, let's face it, she'd probably be blown away by any Broadway show we went to see. But I think Wicked would be awesome. And it's been years since I saw it. I saw it with once I saw it with Ben Vereen, and then the other time I saw it, Rue McClanahan was in it, which was kind of cool. Okay, let's get to the shorts. So the shorts, I got a lot of oranges pulled here, so I want to just make sure I'm using the right ones. I am looking for, there we go, YR9. Now, if you've hung out with me and colored Copics, you know I don't really follow the quote-unquote Copic rules because I don't understand them, to be honest, with the numbers and all that. So, Donna, maybe you'll come with us, Donna C. We'll put together a little girls' day. I use my chart. I'll show you guys this. This is a this is a chart from Sandy Allnock, I think. Yeah. So I just fill in my colors as I can, and then I just look at the colors that I think go together and blend together. And that's just how I do it. And I will also tell you, because you know, I know a lot of people say Copics are so expensive, so I love telling my Copic story. Summer of 2020, towards the end of the summer, I had heard in my craft group, one of the online Facebook craft groups I was in, that Michaels had put a lot of Copics on sale for 99 cents. So Lily and I went to Michaels and we shopped around and we went to the Copic section, and I didn't see anything, and I said, oh well. And we were getting online, and all of a sudden Lily, now she was, let's see, 6? Yeah, she's probably 6. A lot shorter than she is now. That kid's growing like a weed. And all of a sudden she points down below and she goes, Mom, look. And literally like all the way down on the floor, like right near the cash register, there was this basket. And she pulls it out and she's like, is this what you're looking for? And it was a whole basket of Copic markers that were 99 cents. Isn't that crazy? It was all her. I was like blown away. I'm just checking my chart here because I didn't write these down. Okay. Yeah, so Lily, I went through the basket and I pulled one of every color, and she stayed there with me for like 20 minutes as I went through and pulled all the colors. So that's how it started. And then what I do is I usually buy them from Michaels when they have a 20% off sale. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. Good to see you. I was just telling my Copic story while I'm coloring my giraffe here. He'll be done in a minute or two. So I'm using BGs 34, 32, and 11. That's my light color here that I thought went nicely. Let's take a peek at this. This is starting to dry. I might have to hit it with the heat gun, or we'll just swap it out for the one that I did for my sample. I'm being prepared. So this again, this is BG 34. I love these colors. I love these summery, nice summery colors. And this giraffe, right? I can't get enough of him. Tell me, guys, who's your favorite character? I feel like, you know what? I have to be honest with you. I might have to like use the raccoon sometime soon because I feel like he needs love. I've been really partial to the bear and the giraffe, so I might have to make a raccoon card. I did use him on the very first card I made. I did a slimline, and I used the raccoon and the bear. I think it was just those two. I love the expressions on their faces. I just think this is such a sweet set. It's very darling. I know, I think Christopher had said the new illustrator that he went to high school with drew this set, and I think it's really sweet. It's definitely become one of my faves. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with BG11. So now, Shannon, you use the tri-blends, and I am like, I'm trying not to like buy more stuff, but I really like those because they just seems to make the shading And the color is so easy, and you do beautiful work with those. That really is a clever idea. Stamp of the month is a squirrel. Yeah, funny you should mention that, Darren. So squirrels, I can't lie. I can't stand them. I hate to say this, but I'm not a fan of squirrels at all. But I will tell you that that little guy in the sand building his little castle is the cutest darn squirrel I've ever seen. Hi, Amy. Oh, isn't it the cutest, Amy? Tell me who's your favorite. The giraffe, the bear, or the raccoon? I think I love everybody for a different reason. I love giraffes just because I've always loved giraffes. But the bear, like, his face is just so cute. I can't take it. Okay. Can't read my own notes over here. Oh, there we go. All right, this is Y35. All right, so we are almost done with this guy, and then I can cut him out and build our card, which I'm excited to see how he looks on the background. 21. Tri-blends are especially great for people who are just starting to color with alcohol markers. Shannon, correct me if I'm wrong, though. When you say that, you mean because of the ease of blending the colors, correct? Because I don't think that the quality is any less than a Copic. Is that fair to say that? Darren needs an elephant. Darren, you know what the rule is with an elephant? His trunk's got to be up. The trunk's always got to be facing up or it's bad luck. At least that's what my mama told me. So I actually started my alcohol coloring with Spectrum Noirs, yeah, a while ago. I used to teach classes at AC Moore eons ago. So I used my employee discount and bought Spectrum Noirs, and I used those for a few years. Okay. It says on my cheat sheet that I used YR71, but I don't see that anywhere, so that can't be right. Oh, YR7. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. Not trying to... I have to figure... Yeah, that's what I was asking Shannon. A little trickier to blend, but only slightly. Okay. Oh, right, Amy? R.I.P. AC Moore. You are not kidding. You know, I used Stampin' Up's alcohol markers for a little bit too, and that's kind of interesting because they sell theirs in sets of 2, which is also a good way to do it for beginners, but you're very limited. I think you have more flexibility with the tri-blends. Okay, giraffe is almost done. What was the last color I needed? Oh, it can't be that. It's got to be a light one. 14. Isn't he so cute? All right, perfect. I'm going to take my light color, and I'm just going to do a little bit on his glasses there. And I guess I didn't pull colors for sand, but we can make that happen. Amy says she's planning on trying the Ohuhus. So now, I've heard good things about the Ohuhus, but here is the big difference that I learned. And I don't know where the tri-blends stand on this, so maybe Shannon can weigh in on that. I watched some videos where people like compared Ohuhus to Copics, and the big difference that I found out was with Ohuhus, you can only buy them in a set, so you can't just buy just one color at a time, and you can't refill them. And that was really like the only negative that I saw in any of the videos that I watched. Other than that, they got pretty good reviews. Blick markers pretty soon. Some cute guy I know got me some Mother's Day. You know a cute guy, Shannon? And he got you something good for Mother's Day? That's awesome. Darren, did you know about this cute guy that's sending your wife Mother's Day gifts? You guys are the cutest. Okay. This is, I think I'm going to go one more time on the, on here, because I just didn't love how that looked. So I'm going to put a little more color on that. And here. Okay. So Blick makes alcohol markers, is what you guys are telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Alcohol markers, huh? I don't mind not refilling, or I don't think I've used them often enough to run them out. You know what, Amy? I've got to be honest with you. Like, I kind of agree with that. Now, yes, I agree with that. The only reason I say now that I use things a lot more is because of being on the design team. So I tend to do a lot more projects and use the markers a lot more, you know, than if I wasn't on a design team, because we have weekly projects. So I do use them a lot more. But yeah, I'm interested. So you'll have to let us know. And now I'm curious about the Blick ones also. Do they come in pairs, Shannon, or like do you buy them singularly like you can with Copics? I did fill in a lot of my Copic collection because I had gotten a Michael's gift card for Christmas, and I went online and there was a 20% off your entire purchase coupon. So I used the whole gift card and bought a whole bunch of Copics. Single. All right, cool. Listen, you know what? This is the beauty of being creative. All that good stuff is out there, and you got to find what you love and what you're most comfortable with. So, Amy, you said you're a watercolor girl at heart. Do you use aqua pigments? Singles or sets? All right, that's cool. I like that. Refillable, and the tips can be replaced. They're about half the price of Copics. Okay, I like that. Alrighty, so bear with me while I finish cutting this guy out who needs a name. Who I think before I said Cody. He looks like a Cody to me. I don't know if that's really a giraffe name, but in my head it's like a surfer name. Mostly watercolor pencils for stamped images. Awesome. I love watercolor pencils. I am an equal opportunity crafter. Love all the mediums. Nothing I don't like. Although I will tell you, so in college, I went to art school for college. And in college, I hated watercolor. I don't know why. Well, I think I do know why. I think it's because I'm a little bit of like an OCD control freak. And I just felt so out of control with watercolors. So I never wanted to use them in college. And I have like one painting that I saved of a big sunflower. But otherwise I always stayed away from watercolor. Now with aqua pigments, okay, I'm going to be straight with you guys. When the first round that I was on the Brutus Monroe design team, and I would get assigned aqua pigments, I'd be like, oh gosh, watercolor, not my favorite. Well, now I love it. And it's definitely the difference of like the liquid pigment as opposed to having like the pan that you have to wet or squeezing it out of a tube that you have to make watery. That, I think that was the game changer for me. I just love how easy it is to use aqua pigments. Okay. Boys are having a serious superhero debate, so if I miss something, I apologize. They're passionate about their opinions. Hey, listen, Shannon, I get it, because my boys were having a big hockey debate tonight because, as I mentioned, my husband and I are diehard Ranger fans, but my son is a diehard Arizona Coyotes fan. And the teams are talking about like draft, like what order they get to pick their drafts and stuff. So my husband and my son were going back and forth, and plus, of course, because the Rangers are in the playoffs, but my son's team is not, so then we have that debate. So I get it, Shannon. You are all good. I'm just trying to get my tweezers, which are stuck right now. So excuse my head in the camera, because I noticed that there was a fuzz stuck in here. Okay, so this is still drying, and I've got some pretty thick areas right in here that I know are going to take a little bit to dry. So I just wanted to show you guys, though, this up close. This is the one that we did earlier. And see, blending out those colors with the water, I just like that like glowy kind of like ripply effect. And then the Chroma Glaze gives it some shine and highlights. So that still needs to dry. So I'm going to grab the one I made when I was planning this out. So this is one that I made ahead of time. And you can see a little different. I had gotten a little bit darker with the orange, but we'll go ahead and use this one because I want to let this one dry well. I cut out a mat to put this on. So I'm going to put this on here. So this is my plan, to layer this guy like this. And then I'm going to put Cody right over here. However, I think I'm going to cut this out. And then I wanted to put a sentiment. Maybe we'll go like right up here. So let me grab this. And I'm going to cut a little bit more out on my giraffe. Oh, thank you guys. Susie. Hi, Susie. Mine always argued over Pokemon and Mario Kart. Well, I feel like they all find something, right? All right, I'm going to just cut out a little bit more of my giraffe because I really want to see that background a little bit more that we created. And then we'll pick out a sentiment. We'll put our sentiment on and we'll put the card together. I'm thinking about Hello Summer because you know what I was thinking about? I thought that these cards would be so cute for end of year gifts for the teachers. Right? Isn't that a great idea? So I figured I could do like Hello Summer or Fun in the Sun, one of those, and give them to the teachers with some summer gift cards. Okay. Or even beach vibes. We could even, you know what we could do on this one? I could move him over and I could put the sentiment right here. All right, so what do you guys think? Should we put the giraffe on the right or on the left? If I put him on the left, I'm going to put, there's glaze here, so I'll probably put the sentiment right up here because there's a flat spot. If I put him on the right, like that, then I can put my sentiment right over there. So Shannon says giraffe on the right. Okay, so we're going to put our sentiment right in there. Oh, all right. It's unanimous. I love that. Okay, so let me grab this. And let's see. So I think then we'll do Fun in the Sun. Wow, guys. I love that. I love when everybody agrees. It makes life so easy. All right, let's see. If we do Fun in the Sun, that'll work perfectly. Okay, so let me get my stamping platform out. Oops. Sorry, I'm just trying to move some stuff out of the way. What do you guys think about these colors? I love these colors. And I feel like, you know, I mean, I love to go on Pinterest. I keep a Pinterest board of oxide color blends, distress color blends, Catherine Pooler color blends. And I feel like these are 3 colors. Like if I was sitting here trying to pick colors out on my own, I would have never, I mean, I would have definitely gotten this far, right? I mean, that you could see that, but I would have never gotten to here. And I love it. I think it's great. It's such a great, yeah, thank you. Gorgeous colors, right? I would have never gotten to the tumbled glass. I probably would have added in a 3rd color of like a yellow or an orange. All right, so let's get Fun in the Sun. Look, see? You can see how much I've used this giraffe. Look at him. Look how dirty he is. I've used him a lot. I really like the giraffe. Okay. Yeah, this has definitely been one of my favorites. I mean, you know, the bear with the belly and the Hawaiian shirt. Like, how could you not love that? And the Hawaiian stencil, right? Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna, my paper is a little bit warped from all the glaze and the water. Let me get my Raven ink. Oh, Donna, thank you so much. Did you see how easy it was to make too? Right? I like forgiving backgrounds, as I call this, because there's really no right or wrong when there's blending and squishing. I just wanted like a glowy, sunshiny effect. I think I'm going to hit that one more time. This font is great too. I love the fonts on this. I just feel like they're fun and summery and they go great with the images. I'm kind of a font nerd. If you made these for teachers end of year, Hello Summer would be perfect. Right? I thought so. I have made another one that said Hello Summer, but I'll use Fun in the Sun for teachers too. I think a teacher would appreciate any nod to summer, right? I think I'm going to go one more time just for the heck of it. I love this. I love this font. Alrighty. Wipe that off, and we can put our card together now. Alrighty. Try to be good about putting my stamps back because I can't tell you how many times I have lost stamps, and then the next time I go to use my platform, guess what's right there? So now I try to get it back on my packaging right away, you know, because I don't need another thing to blame on Lily. We did have some fun cropping this weekend, right? We were with Donna C. at a crop on Saturday, and it was a good time. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to center that on my orange cardstock that I don't remember the name of the color. Okay. And I think I'm going to pop the giraffe. I have to laugh that these animals make me think of my son and his roommate, whose name is Cody. Come on, you're kidding me. Same laid back beach dude vibes. See? Oh, Susie, I love that. I'm so glad you told me that. That's awesome. Is it funny, like, do you ever, like, have you ever, like, seen a dog and, like, or an animal and you look at them and, like, they look like a person you know? This giraffe actually kind of reminds me of a dude that I know. It makes me giggle when I look at it. Okay, get some foam adhesive, and we'll put Cody on the card. Oh my God, Susie, that is so funny. I love that though. So, all right, so your son's friend is Cody. What's your son's name? Maybe we can name the bear after your son since his friend Cody is here. Hi, Michelle. Michelle, we just named the giraffe Cody. Because that just sounded like a chill surfer name to me. And then Susie said that her son and his friends are like laid back beach dudes, and his roommate, and his name is Cody. So I said that is perfect then. The giraffe is Cody. Mark. All right, so the bear can be Mark. Although I feel like, I don't know, what do you guys think? The bear or the raccoon? I feel like no, I think the bear. I'm going to call him Mark from now on. I like to give my characters names. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a giraffe mermaid. Jack-o'-lantern. Thank you, Penny. That's the orange cardstock. All right, so I'm going to put him right there. He's on the foam. He is so darling. I love him. I was going to suggest a couple of sequins, but I think I'm liking it just the way it is. What do you guys think? Let me get the other one that we made. This one is still wet. Just so you can see this is the one that we did live, and then this background is one that I had done a couple of days ago so that it was dry, but just so you can see, I did the exact same technique on this, right? I'll do a quick recap. These are the colors that I used. This is May's stencil of the month. It's called Heatwave. It's amazing. I've used it incessantly at this point. And I used Distress Oxides in, well, we went this way. We went carved pumpkin first, then mustard seed, then tumbled glass. And once I stenciled, then I just took a water brush and I blended out color because I didn't want that stark white background. And then I put the stencil, once it was dry, put the stencil back down, and I used yellow and orange Chroma Glaze to get those shiny highlights that you're seeing. And then we used Cody the giraffe from the Beach Bum stamp set, right there. Colored him with Copics, and there you have it. So that's my card for you tonight on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Thank you so, so much for joining me. I appreciate everybody being here. There was a lot of events online tonight, so I'm really grateful for all of you that joined me. Tricky Ricky the raccoon. All right, I like that. So we've got Cody, Mark, and Tricky Ricky. Thank you, Amy. This was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope it gives you that summer vibe, because the sunny days are coming. And I know I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. And there's a lot of exciting things coming up this summer from Brutus Monroe and me, hopefully. I will see you again towards the end of May. I'm back on May 31st. And I think that, I know Candy is coming up soon. I'm not sure who will be here on Thursday, but keep an eye out, because you know this amazing inspiration team is always popping on doing awesome things. So thank you guys again for being here. I hope you enjoyed and have a lovely evening. I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.